Hello everyone, this is Sambru from Cloud Tech. Hope you guys are doing well. I am also doing well. Thanks for joining this today's session. Today we are going to explore like how we can trigger the Lambda function from using API Gateway. Okay, so let me explain like what the purpose we can use this basically this kind of functionality. Like suppose you have a Lambda function and that Lambda function has to be triggered by using some REST API endpoint from your app server or your API server, right? For that purpose, we can use this kind of API gateway so that we can create our Lambda function like a endpoint or like a REST API, okay, for our Lambda function. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to use that API gateway here, and by using that, we can create our REST API endpoint. I will show you guys how we can create that. And I have one Lambda function. In that Lambda function, what I am going to do like this REST API, the data from our S3 bucket, some employee related data, okay. So let's guys move on to the AWS console and let's create. So first create a Lambda function here. Same role. Okay, so let's go to the Lambda function again. This is my employee. Like I have a one JSON file which I have uploaded in that particular S3 bucket. This Lambda function code. This is different REST API purpose I have created. Maybe in my subsequent video I will show you this with that VPC on. So today we'll go to the some basic one. Okay. So apply this. We want to the API gateway. So we'll build that REST API. Okay. There are multiple options. We can build that endpoint like HTTP API. Here also we can import this thing and WebSocket. REST API, there are two REST API. If you have any private VPC, then we can use this one. If you don't want, because VPC will maybe in my subsequent video, I will cover the VPC, then I will create a Lambda function with this VPC also and that API gateway. Okay. So today we'll go to by using this one. Okay. Let's create. Something like that. Description you can give optional as it is. This regional, right? So what basically this endpoint type is like regional means like this would be particular region, and if it is there are multiple options. edge optimization and private, right? What that meaning that edge optimization, like this kind of API will deploy in that CloudFront network, and this private would be in the within that private VPC. Okay, and regional means it will be in the current region, which region we are launching this our Lambda and API Gateway. Okay, so now I am in the Virginia region, right? So it will be in that Virginia region. Okay, so let's create. Now let's assign the resource. First create resource. Or something like that. Have that API gateway across, then you can enable it. So if you have the proxy also, you can enable it. So I am not going to do all these things now. Maybe in my subsequent video, I will demonstrate more details on this. So let me create this resource. Let's give the get method here. Now we'll do by Lambda. So we will not do any proxy here. Editors Lambda we'll use here. We can save it. Our API gateway, the creation and Lambda integration is done. Now we need to deploy this. So how we can deploy this API? So if you want to deploy, right, here two things you have. One is the staging. Staging in the sense like this API or this this endpoint where has to be deployed, right? Either it is a QA or dev or prod or staging bucket, staging where you want to deploy, right? So I don't have any stage, so that's give one stage here. Suppose QA. Okay. Page description if you want, you can give blank as it is. So now that this is done. So it's give that if you go here and if you click here, so it is giving this details. Right? If you copy this link and you click this, so now we are getting the response. Whatever Lambda function we are using, right? This Lambda function now we can run by using endpoint, like a REST API endpoint. Right? So this is how we can invoke the Lambda function from using that API gateway. So now we are getting all the details, right? So let me show you the Lambda function, what I am returning. So I am returning this employee detail response, right? If you don't want a zero, like first one, right? If you want entire thing has to be returned, right? Just deploy it and hit it. Now it came all the employee details. Whatever employee details we have right here, like let me show you. Here we have total 3 employee details, right? So all the three employee details came. So like this, we can invoke the Lambda function as a REST API from the API gateway. So hope guys this session will helpful to you guys. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share with your friend. And if you have any doubt or feedback, please put your valuable doubt or comment in this video comment section. I will address in my next subsequent video. Thanks for joining this session. See you guys in my next video. Chalo, bye.